Hi guys, welcome to Lee's Simple Tech. So what we're going to do today is something a little bit different. In one way, it's going to be a vlog, and it's going to be about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and Plus. Basically, just my views on what's been released and the specs that may or may not be on the actual device. Now, this year we've seen a lot of innovation in regards to pop-out cameras and also 90 hertz display. We have seen that before in other devices, but not as well implemented as, for example, the OnePlus 7 Pro has implemented the actual 90 hertz. I'm excited about the Note 10. I won't be getting it because I've committed now to the OnePlus 7 Pro. It's definitely an interesting concept, what they've gone with, and I think they've decided to stick it out with their hole punch design, which, is kind of Samsung's thing. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they've decided to do it, is that they wanted this line to all be attached to and related to each other in the simple process of, having the hole punch design. Not many, I know there was another phone out there, the name of me evades me, that did the hole punch design first, but Samsung have kind of made it their own, and you see it quite appearing throughout their lines and so on. I feel like that maybe Samsung have done a bit too much this year, maybe released too many devices. Obviously, their premium line just being with the 3 devices, which I feel was a solid lineup. My issues with the Exynos was not to do with the phone itself, but more to do with the actual processor. I just don't see why they don't do, Snapdragon across the board. The processor is much more efficient at working battery life in there, but they haven't. And obviously, we've got with the Note 10 coming up, the questions in regards to whether or not they're going to do the next level up of the Exynos for the Note 10 series. Now, I feel like that they have to bring something extra out of the bag. The S10 is probably the best all-rounder, but I think they've been surprised by the OnePlus itself and what they've brought to the table. I don't think there's been any other challenges really to them this year. The P30 Pro, though it was good, it just didn't have the screen to go matching with it. The OnePlus 7 Pro has the screen that goes with it. But then this is the annoying thing about Samsung is the innovation is there. It's definitely in the either 90 hertz display, the actual screens that they provide for other companies, and the idea of 90 hertz. It just really surprises me why they haven't implemented them into their devices. I think for the Note, for the 10 series, so the S10 Plus and that, I feel like they should have gone big. They should have done that. They should have implemented, maybe a 90 hertz display. Though in the S10 Plus for the, the European version, it would have been abysmal. It just drained battery. The OnePlus 7 Pro still has a decent battery life, even with the 90 hertz display in there. So I really feel like they let down the European market a lot by doing the Exynos version. I just feel it's an inferior processor in a lot of ways compared to the Snapdragon. And I know, there's pros and cons to both and stuff like that, but for me, battery life is a big thing for a lot of people these days. No one really wants to be carrying a power bank out with them all the time, especially if they're popping somewhere, they're doing something social with friends. Could you imagine if you tried to go into a club with a power bank? They just turn around and they're like, no, you're not going to have that, or a bar or a pub or whatever. It's just not feasible in all circumstances. Don't get me wrong, in some it's a quick and easy way, but battery life is an important thing. And for me, it's the most important thing. I need to be able to know I'm going to get to work, I'm going to finish work, and then at the end of the day, I'm still going to have a bit of battery life if I decide I want to go out and do something. The Exynos version just made me worried all the time. But don't get me wrong, when you used it, it was really good. So it's all to do with the battery idle time that they really needed to work with it. And I feel with the Note 10, it's only going to have a little bit more battery. It's only going to have, 4,500 milliamps, which is just not a crazy amount of difference. So they really need to work on that software for the release. The actual hole punch design right in the middle of the device, I'm not a fan of it. I prefer it to be connected to the top. Otherwise, it just looks like a massive mole or a dirt mark or anything like that that's on the middle of your device. I know it's in one corner, so it doesn't really, for a lot of things with the viewing aspect that it comes out, it doesn't affect everything, but for a lot of things, you've just got it right bang in the middle. And, don't get me wrong, there's quite a few apps out there that, make light of it and really use it in a wallpaper and that, which is brilliant. But for every app out there, your Facebooks, your Instas, all of these social media and that, they don't have anything specific for it. So you just have this black dot right in the middle of the device. I feel like the Note 10 series, you could have smashed it out. You could have smashed it out with a Parker with all screen device, pop up, maybe pen activated. That would have been brilliant, for example. I want to take a selfie, phone set up, blah, blah, blah. I press the, button, it switches, and then it pops out the top. Brilliant. That would have been really, really good. But I feel like the Note 10 this year it's going to be good. It's going to be one of the best devices of the year, if not the best that Samsung actually released themselves. But it's, in regards to innovation, I just think it's going to have good specs. It's going to have a good screen. You can't have a Samsung device without a good screen. I think it's a physical impossibility. But is that really all it's going to have? And maybe a good, slightly better processor than the S10. I wanted something that made it stand out. All the notes to S series had bigger leaps and changes, and this one is just that it doesn't have a pill. It just has a hole right in the middle. I'd be looking like Tien from Dragon Ball Z. So for me, I'm excited because I want to see it because it looks really good, in the renders and then the screen protectors that we're seeing. It's really small bezels, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But you've got that hole punch. I think it's better off for a singular hole punch, to be in the middle than maybe off to the right and so on. Obviously, there are people that feel differently about it, but for me personally, now that I've had an all screen display, it's incredibly difficult to go back to a hole punch. Don't get me wrong, I've got the Pixel 3a XL, and that's got the bezels at the top and then at the bottom, but then you've got all screen in between. There's nothing that interrupts it. And for me, that's a massive thing, for my games, or if I'm, checking out other YouTubers, having that hole in the middle of the display is, a little bit disappointing. But, guys, you let me know what you think in the comments below. As usual, if you liked what I've done today, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you can. I got a shout out to one of my other videos, the OnePlus 7 Pro versus Gcam stock camera. That got to over 100 views. Thank you very much to everyone. For me as a small YouTuber, that was the first benchmark. Now I've just got to keep doing it. That was everyone that viewed that video. Thank you very much. And to everyone that views this video, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Please do. Please, Simple Tech.